Do you ever feel tired all the time? Not just a little tired, but really deeply tired. You wake up in the morning and you already feel exhausted. You go to work or school and you feel tired. You come home and you feel even more tired. Then you spend 3 hours looking at your phone, scrolling through social media, and you tell yourself that you are resting. But are you really resting? Let me ask you something important. When was the last time you felt truly rested? When was the last time you woke up and felt fresh, happy, and full of energy? Can you remember? For many people, the answer is no. They cannot remember the last time they felt really rested. This is a big problem in our modern world. We are always busy. We are always doing something. We are always connected to our phones, our computers, our work, and our problems. We never stop. We never take a real break. And because of this, we are always tired. But the strange thing is that we do not know how to rest anymore. We have forgotten what real rest feels like. We think that sitting on the couch and watching television is rest. We think that playing games on our phones for hours is rest. We think that lying in bed while worrying about tomorrow is rest. But none of these things are real rest. They are just ways to pass the time. They are ways to distract ourselves. They do not give us real energy back. So today, I want to talk to you about something very important. I want to talk about the art of rest. Yes, rest is an art. It is something we need to learn. It is something we need to practice. And it is something that can change our lives completely. When we learn how to rest properly, we become happier. We become healthier. We become more creative. We become better at everything we do. But first, we need to understand what rest really is and what it is not. We need to understand why we are so bad at resting and what we can do to change this. Let me tell you about the world we live in. We live in a world that tells us we must always be busy. We must always be productive. We must always be doing something useful. If we are not working, we should be exercising. If we are not exercising, we should be learning something new. If we are not learning, we should be making money. If we are not making money, we should be creating something. If we are not creating, we should be improving ourselves. There is always something we should be doing. There is always a reason to feel guilty about resting. Society tells us that successful people never stop working. We see images of business people who sleep only 4 hours a night. We read stories about famous artists who work 20 hours a day. We hear about students who study until midnight every night. And we think this is normal. We think this is what we should do too. We think that if we are not always busy, we are lazy. We think that if we take a break, we are wasting time. We think that if we rest, other people will get ahead of us. Other people will become more successful while we are sleeping. This is a terrible way to think. This way of thinking is making us sick. It is making us unhappy. It is making us tired all the time. Because the truth is very simple. Human beings need rest. We are not machines. We cannot work all the time. Our bodies need rest. Our minds need rest. Our hearts need rest. Without proper rest, we become sick. We become sad. We become angry. We make mistakes. We lose our creativity. We lose our joy. We lose ourselves. But what do we do when we finally have time to rest? Let me describe a common situation. You finish work. You are very tired. You sit down on your couch. You take out your phone. You open Instagram. You start scrolling. You see pictures of your friends having fun. You see people on vacation. You see people with perfect lives. And suddenly you do not feel relaxed. You feel anxious. You feel like your life is boring. You feel like you are not doing enough. You compare yourself to others. You feel bad about yourself. Is this rest? No. This is not rest. This is stress with a screen. Or maybe you do something different. Maybe you turn on the television. You start watching a show. One episode finishes. You watch another episode. Then another. Then another. Before you know it, you have watched 6 episodes. It is midnight. You feel tired, but not in a good way. Your eyes hurt. Your back hurts. You feel empty inside. You have spent 6 hours watching other people's stories, but you have not lived your own life. Is this rest? No. This is not rest either. This is just avoiding life. Or maybe you try to rest in bed. You lie down. You close your eyes. But your mind does not stop. You think about all the things you need to do tomorrow. You remember the email you forgot to send. You worry about the conversation you had today. You think about money. You think about work. You think about problems. You lie there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but you do not feel rested. You feel more tired than before. This is also not rest. This is just worrying in a horizontal position. So what is real rest? Real rest is different for every person, but it has some common qualities. Real rest makes you feel more human. It makes you feel more peaceful. It makes you feel more like yourself. Real rest gives you energy back. It does not take energy away. Real rest makes you feel better, not worse. Real rest makes you smile. It makes you feel light. It makes you feel free. When you experience real rest, you know it. You feel it in your body. You feel it in your mind. You feel it in your heart. Let me give you some examples of real rest. First, silence. Yes, just sitting in silence. No phone, no music, no television, no noise. Just you and your thoughts. Sit in a quiet place for 10 minutes. Do nothing. Just breathe. Just be. This sounds simple, but it is very powerful. In silence, your mind can finally relax. Your nervous system can calm down. Your body can let go of tension. Many people are afraid of silence. They think it will be boring. They think they will feel uncomfortable. But after you try it a few times, you will understand. Silence is a gift. Silence is medicine. Silence is rest. Another example of real rest is slow walking. Not walking for exercise. Not walking to reach a step goal. Not walking to burn calories. Just walking to walk. Walking slowly. Looking around. Noticing the trees. Noticing the sky. Noticing the birds. Noticing how your body feels. This kind of walking is very different from the walking we usually do. Usually we walk fast. We walk with a purpose. We walk to get somewhere. But when you walk slowly, just to walk, it becomes meditation. It becomes rest. It becomes joy. Real rest can also be creative play. Doing something creative without any goal. Drawing something, even if you are not good at drawing. Cooking something new, even if it might not taste good. Writing something, even if nobody will read it. Dancing in your room, even if you look silly. Singing in the shower, even if you sound bad. The point is not to be good. The point is not to create something perfect. The point is just to play, just to express yourself, just to be creative, without pressure. This is real rest for your mind. This is how your mind relaxes and recharges. Real rest can be connection. Real, honest connection with another person. Sitting with a friend and laughing. Not talking about problems. Not complaining about life. Not gossiping about other people. Just laughing. Just sharing stories. Just being together. This kind of connection is becoming rare in our world. We are always on our phones when we are with people. We are always distracted. We are always half present. But when you truly connect with another person, when you give them your full attention and they give you theirs, this is healing. This is rest. This is love. Real rest is also saying no. Saying no to plans you do not want to make. Saying no to people who drain your energy. Saying no to obligations that do not serve you. Saying no to things that make you tired. We think we must always say yes. We think we must always be available. We think we must always please everyone. But this is exhausting. This is not sustainable. Learning to say no is a form of rest. It creates space in your life. It creates time for real rest. And you should never feel guilty about saying no. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. You are valuable. Now let me ask you something. Why is rest so difficult? Why do we avoid it? Why do we feel guilty about it? The answer is simple but sad. We have been taught that rest is laziness. We have been taught that our value comes from what we produce. We have been taught that if we are not productive, we are worthless. Think about how we talk about our days. We say we had a productive day. We say we accomplished a lot. We measure our worth by how much we did. We never say we had a restful day with pride. We never celebrate the fact that we did nothing. We feel ashamed of rest. This is a big mistake. Rest is not laziness. Rest is intelligence. Rest is wisdom. Rest is necessary. Think about nature. Trees rest in winter. Animals hibernate. Even the land needs to rest between growing seasons. Everything in nature understands the importance of rest. Only humans have forgotten. Only humans think they can go and go and go forever without stopping. But we cannot. We are part of nature too. We need rest, just like everything else in nature needs rest. Another reason we avoid rest is fear. We are afraid that if we stop, we will fall behind. We are afraid that other people will succeed while we are resting. We are afraid that opportunities will pass us by. We are afraid that we will be forgotten. We are afraid that we will lose our place in the world. This fear is very strong. It keeps us running, even when we are exhausted. It keeps us pushing, even when we have nothing left to give. But this fear is based on a lie. The lie is that life is a race. The lie is that there is not enough for everyone. The lie is that we must compete for everything. The truth is very different. Life is not a race. Success is not a competition. There is enough for everyone. When you rest, you do not fall behind. You actually get stronger. You get clearer. You get better. Think about athletes. The best athletes in the world understand that rest is part of training. They do not train 24 hours a day. They train hard, and then they rest hard. They know that muscles grow during rest, not during exercise. They know that performance improves with proper rest. The same is true for all of us. Our best work comes after rest, not after exhaustion. So how can we become better at rest? How can we make rest a regular part of our lives? Let me give you some practical advice. First, schedule your rest. Yes, put it in your calendar. Treat it like an important appointment. For example, write down that from 7 to 7:30 every evening, you will do nothing. Just 30 minutes. No phone, no work, no chores, just rest. This might seem strange at first. You might think you do not need to schedule rest. But trust me, if you do not schedule it, it will not happen. Life will fill up all your time if you let it. Second, protect your rest time. When you have scheduled time for rest, protect it. Do not let other things steal it. Do not say yes when someone asks you to do something during your rest time. Do not use that time to do laundry or answer emails. Treat your rest time as sacred. Treat it as important as a meeting with your boss. Actually, treat it as more important, because it is a meeting with yourself. It is time for you to recharge. Without this time, you cannot be good at anything else. Third, experiment with different types of rest. Not all rest is the same. Different types of rest work for different people. Some people feel rested after being in nature. Some people feel rested after reading a book. Some people feel rested after taking a bath. Some people feel rested after meditation. Some people feel rested after painting or making music. Try different things. Pay attention to how you feel afterwards. Which activities make you feel lighter? Which activities make you feel more energized? Which activities make you feel more like yourself? These are the activities that provide real rest for you. Fourth, stop feeling guilty. This is very important. Stop feeling guilty about resting. Rest is not selfish. Rest is not wasteful. Rest is not lazy. Rest is necessary. Rest is healthy. Rest is smart. When you rest, you are taking care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, you can take care of others better. You can work better. You can love better. You can live better. Think about a cup. If the cup is empty, you cannot pour anything from it. You must fill the cup first. Rest fills your cup. Without rest, you have nothing to give. Let me tell you about the cycle of exhaustion. Many people live like this. They wake up tired. They push through the day. They ignore their body's signals for rest. They drink coffee to stay awake. They drink alcohol to relax. They use social media to numb their minds. They go to bed late. They sleep poorly. They wake up tired again. This cycle continues day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And slowly, they become more and more tired. They become more and more sick. They become more and more unhappy. They lose their passion. They lose their creativity. They lose their joy. This is not how life should be, but there is another way to live. It is the cycle of rest and energy. In this cycle, people listen to their bodies. When they feel tired, they rest. They do not push through. They do not ignore the signals. They rest properly. They sleep well. They take breaks. They say no to things that drain them. They say yes to things that fill them. And because they rest properly, they have energy. They feel good. They enjoy life. They are creative. They are productive when they work. Because they are fully charged. They are present with people. Because they are not exhausted. This is how life should be. The beautiful thing about rest is that it makes everything better. When you rest properly, you think more clearly. You make better decisions. You solve problems more easily. You are more creative. You have better ideas. You are kinder to people. You have more patience. You enjoy things more. You notice beauty more. You laugh more. You love more. Everything in your life improves when you rest properly. Rest is not time away from your life. Rest is what makes your life possible. I want to talk about something else too. Rest is not just about stopping activity. Rest is also about doing things that restore you. This is an important difference. Some activities might seem like rest because you are not working, but they actually drain your energy. Like scrolling on social media, like watching depressing news, like having difficult conversations late at night, like eating unhealthy food. These things do not restore you. They tire you more. Real rest restores you. It gives you energy back. It makes you feel better. Always ask yourself this question. Does this activity give me energy, or does it take energy away? If it takes energy away, it is not rest. Let me give you a challenge. For 1 week, practice real rest every day. Just 15 minutes. That is all. Find 15 minutes every day for 1 week where you do something that truly restores you. It could be sitting in silence. It could be walking slowly outside. It could be drawing or painting. It could be listening to music you love. It could be playing with a pet. It could be drinking tea while looking out the window. It could be anything that makes you feel peaceful and energized. Try this for 1 week. Notice how you feel. Notice if you sleep better. Notice if you feel happier. Notice if you have more patience. I think you will be surprised by the results. Rest is not a luxury. Rest is not something you do only when all your work is finished. Because the truth is, the work is never finished. There is always something more to do. There is always another task, another responsibility, another obligation. If you wait until everything is done to rest, you will never rest. You must rest before everything is done. You must rest in the middle of your busy life. You must make rest a priority, not an afterthought. This is not selfish. This is survival. This is wisdom. This is self-love. I also want to say something about rest and productivity. Many people think that rest and productivity are opposites. They think that if they rest more, they will get less done. But this is completely wrong. The opposite is true. When you rest properly, you become more productive. You work faster. You work better. You make fewer mistakes. You have better ideas. You solve problems more quickly. Rest is not the enemy of productivity. Exhaustion is the enemy of productivity. When you are exhausted, everything takes longer. Everything is harder. Everything feels impossible. But when you are rested, everything flows more easily. Think about your phone. When your phone battery is low, it works slowly. Apps take longer to open. Everything is sluggish. But when your phone is fully charged, everything works smoothly and quickly. You are the same. When your energy is low, everything is difficult. But when you are fully charged, through proper rest, everything becomes easier. This is why rest is not time wasted. Rest is time invested. It is an investment in your energy, your health, your happiness, and your success. Let me share one more important thing. Rest looks different at different times. Sometimes rest means sleeping. Sometimes rest means being active, but in a gentle way. Sometimes rest means being alone. Sometimes rest means being with people you love. Sometimes rest means doing nothing. Sometimes rest means doing something creative. There is no single right way to rest. You need to learn what you need in each moment. Pay attention to yourself. Listen to your body. Listen to your mind. Listen to your heart. They will tell you what kind of rest you need. As we come to the end of this discussion, I want you to remember something very important. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to deserve rest. You are a human being, and human beings need rest. It is that simple. Rest is your birthright. It is not a reward for hard work. It is not something you get only after you have accomplished enough. You need rest, simply because you are alive. You need rest, simply because you are human. Never forget this. Never let anyone make you feel guilty for resting. Never let society convince you that rest is weakness. Rest is strength. Rest is wisdom. Rest is necessary. So I invite you to start today. Start now. Take a few minutes right now to just breathe. Close your eyes if you want. Put down your phone. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. Take a deep breath. And another. And another. Notice how you feel. This is rest. It is simple. It is free. It is always available to you. You just need to choose it. You just need to allow it. You just need to practice it. The art of rest is waiting for you. Your tired body is waiting for you. Your exhausted mind is waiting for you. Your overwhelmed heart is waiting for you. They are all waiting for you to stop, to pause, to rest, to restore, to come back to yourself. So please, rest. Rest without guilt. Rest without shame. Rest like a professional. Because you are not a machine. You are a human being. And even superheroes need to sleep sometimes. Remember that. Always remember that.